After turning the engine on, there was no seawater exhaust. This caught me by surprise, so I didn't have time to film any footage for you. After turning the engine off, I hurried to the engine bay to check the seawater strainer, and it was dry. I called Seastart, and the engineer gave me a few tips on how to test and fix. So I checked the seawater cock was open. I checked the strainer to see if there was a blockage there. I took off the inlet hose and pumped air through it to clear any possible blockage. Lastly, I needed to check the impeller to see if the blockage was there. Unfortunately, after getting the inlet hose off, it completely detached due to corrosion. Okay, this is the old raw water filter strainer. This is just a backing plate. We've got all the bolts out except this one. I'm going to use the Dremel here, and I'm going to cut the last bolt off. We bought a new one here. Believe it or not, these old ones are obsolete now, so we had to buy a new one. It's much better anyway, and we'll be fitting that soon. Okay, so we found that this dinghy pump just fits in here, and this hose goes straight to the outside through the engine. So I'm just going to put it in there. Isn't that a nice fit? Okay, and just to clear out if there's any blockage there, I'm just gonna use this foot pump like this. I don't know if you can hear that there's a lot of bubbles, and that's blowing all through the pipe right out of the boat. Okay. So it finally took a bit of hammering, a bit of sawing, but we finally got the bolt off. As you can see, Monica's just cleaning up the back plate. It's nice of her to do it, but obviously once it's in that engine room, you won't see it. And with the new strainer, you won't see it anyway. But it's still nice that it's done.
Okay, so we've got the new seawater strainer. It's a lot bigger than the old one and a lot clearer because the top for this one was not see-through. So, and it was attached by four bolts here. We had to cut one off because it was completely stuck. Okay, so we're going to use the old plate and old bolts to attach, so we can then put it in the engine room, screw it to the wall. So that's how it goes. Then we've got some more plates and bolts that go on top of it. Now we need to use tools. Put it the right way around.
Right, you're making it difficult. Hold it more like this, and now do it. There you go.
Okay, it's tight. I don't want to break the plastic.
Great, and now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Monica doesn't want me to hold it because she thinks she can do it by herself.
No, I don't want to do it at all, but I've got no choice. Okay. This bolt is harder. This way.
Okay, so now we've got it on nice and secure on the backing plate. Okay. Monica's just fishing out the screws we've just cleaned. And this is for the backing plate. So they literally just go there, and on the other side. So here Monica goes. There's not really a lot of room in there for me to film, so I'm going to keep this closed and we can film it from the engine bay. Okay. Oh, is the light gone off? Alright, that's alright, we have another one. There we go. That should be just enough. So she can see. Do you want me to hold it? Would that help? Great, might be able to get it from another angle. Oops, sorry, that's me. So it's just to catch the screws.
So it's exactly where the old one was.
Oh yeah.
Don't we need washers on there?
I've got washers on there. Oh, sorry, not on the screws, just on the
screw.
It
It looks like they did have them.
Yeah, yeah. I think we'll be all right though.
Okay.
Okay, all done?
It's in.
It's in.
Okay, so we've got. Now we know that it says in, so that means that this smaller hose needs to go in here, and this one says out. But because it's a different size, we have to have an adapter, which is not the right one.
So I've moved around to a different angle so you can see the filter a bit better. And we had to buy these adapters. Monica's holding an adapter there to fit from the filter to the hose. You can't get the exact size, unfortunately, so we had to jury rig it a little bit with this tape that Monica's holding now. So we managed to get that on, and we've cinched it down obviously with the Jubilee clips, so that should hold. Now the proof of the pudding is when we prime the system, and we'll check for leaks, and also when we turn the engine on, when it sucks through some stuff. That's another way of having a look at our fix, or improvised fix. Okay, so not brilliant, I know, but if you undo the filter, it's see-through. Obviously that's a great thing, so that we can actually see if there's any bits in it. Okay, and now we're going to prime the system. We already said we closed the cock. Seacock. Alright. Now try not to spill any water. I'll tell you why, Monica. Because we want to check for leaks. Yeah. Alright, and God knows how much water this is going to take to prime it. The hoses are quite wide, and they're fairly long. Alright, don't worry about a little bit of spillage. Yeah, you can go a little bit faster when you're filling it up. Okay, so we've filled it up. Monica's just going to stick her finger. You can see it's totally full. Okay, now we want to make it overflowing because the guy said about air bubbles. So if Monica, if you put some more water in there, make it overflow deliberately. No, seriously, put a whole jug of water. Right, and then just keep pouring.
You don't want it to...
No, can you just put some more in? That's it. Keep it going.
You want to check for leaks.
Brilliant. Yep. Now we want to check for. That's brilliant. That's what we want. Now we're going to check the hoses for leaks. Does it look good? Nothing coming out. Brilliant. You can put the lid on. Alright, that rubber bit is just a seal, or no ring.
Supposed to go here.
Is that nice and tight? Is it nice and tight on there?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so what we've got to do now, remember the seacock is still closed. We've got to turn the engine on first and then open the seacock, because if you do it the other way round, the water will literally just pour out of the inlet or outlet hole before it's had a chance to go around the system. So we're going to do that now.
I'll just press.
Yeah, that's it. Now press start. All right, so the engine started. Okay, so I already heard the hooray from Monica, and as you can see, there's water coming out again, and it's sufficient water. All right, so that's looking pretty good now. So there's no real need to do a touch test, Monica, because that was just because we could see the water coming out. The touch test was just to see.
Source of curiosity.
Yeah, well, we could do a touch test anyway, but we know the water's coming out. All right, so we know it's going around the system. At last.
Let's check the valves, the hoses if they're holding.
Yeah. Woohoo! So it's a bit noisy because we've got the side panels off, and I'm just going to open this. Hello, Monica. Anything leaking? You got to speak up because the engine is on.
It seems alright.
Any leaks? Yeah, and we could see the top. Yeah. So Monica was just saying that the impeller's cold. Yeah. So let me get a picture of you doing it. So. Alright, so
that's an indication that it's working.
because before when you touch it, it was hot and there's no water coming out.
Yeah.
Now there's water coming out, it's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold, yeah.
It goes cold.